if you see that uh, we in Unifier, you can create anything from the scratch. The very first step of any process creation or any process configuration like workflow and all, uh, the database creation is first step, which is called data structure setup. Okay. Now, what is data structure setup? Now we have to locate a typical database of entire data. Okay. Location, name, and in what name it is being required. Okay. So you can see that lot of standard data was field was already available. These are field, non-data. In this field, the data will be stored. But if there is a situation came where you want to create your own field to be used in your uh, form, in your upper form or detail form, you can use this two-step process. Okay. What is the two-step process? There is a data definition basic step, and then once it is being created, there is a data element creation. Okay. So you will feel that it's a two-step work. Okay. The same name you have to create a data definition and another is data element. Now, what is the difference between data definition and data element? Data definition is the place where you are going to enter and store the data. Okay. So, what type of data, what is the size of data? Okay. These all you are going to define it here. Okay. And data element is the field which will be used by different processes in the future. Okay. So, if we create a field here, as an example, let's say we create a discipline. So we have to define the discipline and then again we have to create a data element. Okay. So this is how there is a two steps which has to be created. Okay. We will explain in detail. There are some, so every field you have to create two times. One against under data definition field, another uh, under data element field. If you will not create under data element field, then it will not be visible in your form when you search and try to pull it. Okay. Now, if you remember that I'll just give a glimpse of what was there. If you remember, while creating a shell and this data structure, you are going to use many places and many instances like while creating a shell, while creating a uh, process. Okay. So here, if you remember, when we were creating the shell in Cell Manager, okay, so there was a basically uh, there was a place where let me make it draft. Okay, there was a place called detail form. If you click it, this is the place where you were adding the field. Okay, how you were adding this? I'm just repeating that you are selecting this and clicking this custom. Okay, so this database is nothing but the database of the data element. Okay, so the data element, whatever field you want to search, you can search it here as an example. Let me search. Okay, give me a second. It is not there. It is not there. Okay. So let's say these are the field which start from DSCC. I can use it and I can select it. So I can use it in my form. But from where I should create it and pull it? Before pulling it, I have to create somewhere, right? So this is the database I'm going to create. Okay. Let's see how to create. Okay. And for that, what we have to do, okay, we have to go to the company workspace as we know that all the administrative kind of thing will be taken care and created under workspace. Okay. So I will go to the data structure, then the first data definition and the basic. Okay. So I have to go to the company workspace, data structure setup, then data definition and the basic. Okay. So other Two types we'll discuss later. Okay, but you click it new. The moment you will click it new, you have to select any of the two type data type. What is this data type? String and integer. The type of data it is being stored. If I select string, that means include text, free text and all. If I select integer, that means it also it only talks about some numbers. Okay. So let's say if I create a string, the moment I will select a string, you'll find different menu, pull down menu, different options. What is that options? There is a text box. That means you can create a field called remarks where somebody can enter comment or comment. Okay. Then multi-level text, multi-text lines. That means it's a big text you want to add. Okay. So full story you want to add, bigger box where you can add multiple detail of the story. Okay. That's why it is a simple text and text multiple text lines is being provided. Here you are going to add only one line text. Okay. Just like remarks, but here multiple. That means whole story you want to write and the space would be high. In the in that, if you want to allocate more space, big stories and everything, you can add this the data size in the multiplication of 128. Okay, so let's say 5112. Okay, that means whatever the data have been created as a field, it will be the size of this. So I will write a field as an example. uh, I can see project scope as an example. Okay, so I will use this multi-time text. Okay, so I will apply it, click OK. Okay, so I have created data definition basics as a project scope. This is not done. You have to go to the next step called data element. Okay, this step is very simple. First basic, I selected integer and then data element. If I click no, new, then I will put, you have to repeat it, project scope. Okay, now here I think you have to avoid putting the space here. Uh, but here, this is the label. This is the label. That means this will be displayed in the business process to end user. Okay. So in backend, this is the backend field which will not be displayed to the user. But since you are a unified administrator, you will use this label to display to the user. Okay. Now there is a pull down menu. If this pull down menu, you will clearly see the field which you have created. Click P, then you will see project scope. Where is the project? Uh, project scope. Yes. Can you see that? So this pull down menu will be reflected when and only when in data destination it is being mentioned. Okay. So I have selected this. Since it detects that it's a multiple line, that means how much line. Okay, that means I want to write a full scope of the project and I wanted to write something 50 lines. Okay, I can create it. This is done. Okay, so this step is done. Now, this is the very first step where I'm creating a data feed. Okay, so you can see it is being created. How to search that? I will search somewhere like the scope. I can say project scope is there. So this is created. Okay. So you just need to know that there is a two-step. You have to click basics and then data. Okay. Let me take to the other example. We are new. Okay. So let me write as a discipline. Okay. Now discipline will have the pull down menu, right? That means it will have different values. Okay. List of values. I will select a string, then I will set pull down menu. The moment I select this pull down menu, then there is a tab created called data set. Okay, I will go to the data set. I will keep adding as I will click add. I will put mechanical. Okay. I will add civil. So this is a list of value. This is not text. Okay. I will add uh, electrical. Okay. So I have created it. Okay. So you can also select default. That means whenever any data is being created, by default mechanical will be selected. If I select mechanical. Okay. Click OK. So I have created discipline. Click OK. Okay. Now there is a limitation here that in name field, you must have to add two letter for better clarity. What does that mean? Okay. Discipline, I can see field as an example. Okay. So this is the limitation. Like you have to follow what Oracle Unifier is telling. So I will click OK. Then it is created discipline. Now, as I told, it is not done. I have to repeat the same thing in the data element. Okay. I have to simply go to the data element, click new. Okay. Discipline. Okay. I will, sorry, discipline. Okay. I will select discipline. I think discipline. Okay. I will put discipline. String is, actually, this is not new discipline. Discipline field. Okay. This one, okay. I will click. Okay. So it's created. So the same way, different type of data is there. Okay. Change. Now this is also, sorry, this also have radio button. So radio button is there just a checkbox. Okay. Yes, no, pass, fail, something like that. That also you can divide. Okay. Now, if I select multi-select input, that means in pull down menu, if more than one data has to be selected, okay, so it will select. Okay, so a user will not be able to select only one. It like pull down menu, you will have only one. But if I select multi-select, that means in any form what user will enter, he can select multiple items in one go. Okay, so these are the different types of data definition and which has to be replicated here. Okay, so I'll give you an example like how to bring this data into your existing deployment. Okay, everyone has, let's say I have already added discipline field. Okay, so what I will do, let me discipline, discipline. Okay, discipline field. I will add this discipline field and scope in my project cell, which I have created. Okay, these two field which I have created. How to do that? Formula is different, simple. You have cell manager, go to organization level 2, which I have created on that day. Okay, make it draft. So if you want to add anything in your existing shell, you have to make it draft. Okay, go to the detail form, open it, click it, and search the field custom. Now you will see scope. So you can see there is a project scope is there. I have select and I will select it here. Now it came automatically here. Okay. Now I'll add discipline. Okay, discipline. Now you can see this is being added here. Okay. If you want to display this in your log also, you can go and add the log. What is the advantage having log? Now these two additional fields will be available here. Discipline, project style. Okay. Now I will deploy it.